Hello friends, today we are going to discuss nesting of if-else statement. So in this lecture we will try to understand what is nesting of if-else statement and why this is required. So first let us try to understand nesting of the if-else statement. So it is possible to include an if-else statement inside the body of another if-else statement. When if-else statement included within another if-else statement, then it is known as nesting of if-else statement. Nesting of if-else statement is used when it is required to check more than one conditions at a time. Syntax of nested if-else statement is like this one. In this example of nested if-else, it first tests condition 1. If this condition is true, then it tests condition 2. If condition 2 evaluates to true, then statement 1 is executed. Otherwise, statement 2 will be executed. Similarly, if condition 1 is false, then statement 3 is executed. The working of nested if-else statement can be further illustrated by flowchart shown on the next slide. So this is the flowchart of the nested if-else statement. Here first condition 1 is evaluated. Depending on this whether it is true or false. If it is true, then condition 2 is evaluated. Depending on this condition, whether statement 1 is executed or statement 2 is executed. In a similar way, if condition 1 is false, then condition 3 is evaluated. If condition 3 is true, then statement 3 is evaluated, otherwise statement 4 is evaluated. Now let us try to understand nested if-else statement using some examples. So in example 1, C program to find largest from 3 numbers given by user. In this one, if user provides the 3 number, which one is the largest number? For that one, we will see the use of nested if-else statement. So a program may be written like this one. So in this program, as usual, we include the standard input-output.h header file. Then int main within open and close brace, we enter our code. So first statement is in num1, num2, num3. We declare the 3 variable as we have to take input the 3 numbers. Then print f, enter 3 numbers. This is to print the message on the output screen, whereby we enter the 3 numbers, and those 3 numbers are taken in by scanf function and are stored with the variable num1, num2 and num3. Then using if else statement here. So if num1 is greater than num2, if this condition is true, number 1 is greater than number 2, then inside this if block there is another if else statement. So again if num1 is num3, if again number 1 is greater than number 3, then print f largest equals percentage d. What is the value of num1 is printed here. Else largest equal to percentage 3 num3. So in this way first we test number 1 is greater than number 2, and then again we check the condition. Being this condition true, check number 1 is greater than number 3. If it is greater than number 3, then we print that number 1 is largest, otherwise number 3 is the largest. If number 1 is greater than number 3 is false, then control goes to the else block. In else block, again we find that if else statement are included. So in if else statement, number 2 is greater than number 3. Number 2 is compared with the number 3. If this condition is true, then print f largest equal to percentage is number 2. Number 2 is the largest. It is printed. Otherwise, largest number is 3. So third number is the largest one, that is gets printed. So in this way we find that using nested if else statement, we can easily find the largest number among the 3. So when this program is run, so initially message enter 3 numbers is displayed, and when we enter the 3 numbers like 12, 33 and minus 70 and press the enter key, output largest equal to 33 is displayed. Now let us take another example. Program to relate two integers using equal, greater than or less than. So if two inputs are entered, so if they are equal or one number is greater than another number or one number is less than another number, this relation we have to show. So a program can be written like this one. So in this program, int number 1 comma number 2 semicolon. Using this statement, we declare the two integer variables number 1 and number 2. Then using the printf statement, we print the message enter two integers. And when we enter the two number, that numbers are taken in and stored with the variable number 1 and number 2. Then using the if else statement, if number 1 double double equal number 2, if number 2 these numbers are equal, then we print result equal to percentage d, and here at this point value of number 1 is printed equal percentage d, value of number 2 is printed. So these two numbers are equal, gets printed on the output. If this condition is false, then in the else part, if else statement is exists, and in this if number 1 is greater than number 2, so if first number is greater than number 2, we print the result percentage d. So what is the value of number 1 gets printed at this point, and greater than percentage d, value of number 2 is printed at this point. If number 1 is greater than number 2 becomes false, then else part is executed and we print the result colon, then at this point number 1 is less than number 2 gets printed. So when we run this program, so in the beginning enter two numbers is displayed on the output screen, and when we enter the two number and press the enter key, then result 35 less than 45 is displayed. So in this way we can relate two numbers with equal sign, greater than sign or less than sign. Let us take the another example. Program to test whether a number is divided by 2 and 3. So we have to input a number and then check if that number is divided by 2 and 3 or not. So a program may be written like this one. So in this program, int number, we declare one variable number of integer type because we have to input only one number. Then again we print a message enter a number, whereby we enter a number and that number is stored, taken in and is stored by variable num using the scanf function. Then in using if else, nested if else, so first if we can say that it is the outer if else. Condition is checked. Number modulo 2. Here we find the remainder by dividing the number by 2. If this remainder is 0, then we say that it is number is divisible by 2. Then if this condition is true, then we check again inside the if block if number is divisible by 3 or not, by finding the using the modulo operator and finding the remainder, dividing the number by 3. So if remainder is 0, it equates to 0. It means that it is divisible by 3. So here we print the message number is divisible by 2 and 3. If it is not divisible by 3, that is this condition is false, then we display the message number is divisible by 2 only. And again here if initially number percentage 2 equal to 0, this condition is false. It means that number is not divisible by 2. So we move to the else part. So in else part, if number is divisible by 3 by this condition, if it is divisible by 3, we print the message number divisible by 3 only. Else if it is also not divisible by 3, we print the message not divisible by 2 and 3. So in this way we test whether a number is divisible by some another numbers or not using the nesting of the if else statement. So when this program is run, we initially see the message enter a number, and when we enter a number and press the enter key, number divisible by 2 and 3. Second time if we enter a number 45, then this 45 is divisible by 1 only 3, not by 2. So here we get the message number divisible by 3 only. Next, the else if ladder. There is another way of putting ifs together. When the multiple options available or multiple decisions are involved. A multi-part decision is a chain of ifs in which the statement associated with each else is an if. It takes the following general form. If condition is true, then statement 1 is executed. In else part, again if condition is there, condition 2 is tested. If it is true, then statement 2 is executed. If condition 2 is false, then another else if. So in this way, putting if together with the else, so this looks like a ladder, and that's why it is called the else if ladder format or construct. This construct is known as the else if ladder. In else if ladder, each else is associated with another if statement. Evaluation of condition starts from top to down. If condition becomes true, then associated block with if statement is executed and rest of conditions are skipped. If the condition becomes false, then it will check the next condition in a sequential manner. It repeats until all conditions are checked or a true condition is found. If all conditions available in else if ladder evaluates to false, then default else block will be executed. Now let us see the flow chart for else if ladder. So else for else if ladder is like this one. So here at initially condition is 1 is checked. If condition 1 is true, then statement or statement 1 or block of this block of true statement are executed. And after execution, control goes to the execution of next statement. If condition is false, then condition 2 is tested, depending on whether it is true or false. If it is true, statement 2 or block of statements are executed here, and after execution control goes to the next statement. If condition 2 is false, then another condition. So in this way we can include number of the if else if statement. So and finally, if no condition is found to be true, if default statement is included, then we execute this default statement and condition, then next control goes to the execution to the next statement. So it looks like a ladder, that's why it is called the else if ladder construct. Now let us try to understand else if ladder through some example program. So in first example, we have to write a C program to find largest from three numbers entered by the user. So a program can be written like this one. So again, as usual, we include the standard input output.h header file, and within open and close brace of the main function we write our code. So in this code, first statement is int a b c colon. So we declare the three integer variables as we have to input three numbers. Then next statement prints the enter three numbers. This message is printed out on the output screen, and whereby we enter the three numbers that are taken by scanf function and is stored with the variable a, b and c. Then we use the if else if statement. So in this one, initial is if a is greater than b and a is greater than c. These two conditions are combined with the logic operator AND. So if this condition is true, if a is greater than b as well as a is greater than c, then we print the largest is the a. So largest equal to at percentage d value of a gets printed. If condition is false, then else if we goes to the else if b is greater than a and b is greater than c. If again we are comparing b is greater than a. If b is greater than a and c, combining these two logics with AND logic, if this condition is true, then we print that largest equal to b. Otherwise, we print that largest equal to c. So in this way, using the else if ladder, we can find the largest of the three numbers. Even this can be used to find the largest of 4 number, 5 number, etc. When this program is run, we get at the output initially enter three numbers. So here we enter the three numbers, and when enter key is pressed, we get the output as a largest equal to 33. Then in run 2 enter three number, and when we enter these three numbers, we get that largest is minus 17. Enter three numbers in the third run, and when we enter three numbers like this one, we get the output as a largest as a 118. Now let us take the another example. C program to find largest number from the four given numbers. So a program can be written like this one. So in this we declare A, B, C, D and LG, largest, for 5 variables, and these variables are of the float type. Using printf function, we print the message on the output screen. Enter 4 numbers. So this message is printed on the output screen. When we enter the 4 numbers, those 4 numbers are taken in by the scanf function and is stored with the variable A, B, C and D. Now in if statement, using relational and logic operator, we form a condition if A is greater than B, A is greater than C and A is greater than D. Naturally, if this condition is true, then A is the largest one. So we print LG equal to L. So we assign the value of A to LG variable. Otherwise, else if B is greater than A, B is greater than C and B is greater than D. Value of B is compared with A, B, C. If this condition is true, then value of B is assigned to the LG. Otherwise, else if value of C is compared with A, B and D. Again, if this condition is true, value of C is assigned to the variable LG. Else value of D is assigned to the LG, because if A is not largest, B is not largest, C is not largest, so largest value is D. D is assigned to the LG, and then finally we print f largest equal to percentage f comma LG. What is the value of LG? That gets printed at this point. And when program is run, we get the output. Enter 4 numbers. If we enter the 4 number like this one and press the enter key, we find that largest is equal to 54. Let us take another example in which we have to display the weekday based on given number. So there are 7 days in a week. So each day is assigned a number from 1 to 7. So a program can be written like this one. So in this program, here in day is an integer variable. Using printf statement, we print the message on the output screen, enter day number. And when we enter a day number, suppose it is 1 from 1 to 7, then that number is taken in by the scanf function and is stored with the variable day. Now using the else if ladder. So first is if day equal to 1. If day value of day is equal to 1, then we have to print Sunday. Otherwise, else if again that value, if condition is false, then again we test the value of day with the 2. If condition is true, we print the Monday. Otherwise, else if value of day is compared with the 3. In this way, value of day goes on comparing from 1 to 7, and once a condition is found, that day is displayed. And at the last, if we enter a valid number, suppose 8, in that case invalid day gets printed. So when we run this program, initially we get the output, enter day number. When we print the 4, then we get the output Wednesday, starting from the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now during the run 2, enter day number. Suppose 2 is entered, then we get the output as a Monday. Now let us take another example. In this example, program to declare grading of a student in an institution. So we have to prepare a program that displays the grading depending on the marks scored by the student. So a program can be written like this one. So as usual, we include the standard input output.h header file. Using the highest include less than and greater than sign, we write the standard input output.h. Then within open and close brace of the main function, we write our code. So int marks semicolon. This declares the marks as an integer variable, as we have to input the marks of the student. So print if statement print the enter your marks between 0 to 100 on the output screen, whereby we enter the marks. So that marks is taken in by the scanf function and is stored with the variable marks. Then using the if else if ladder. So if marks greater than or equal to 90, if marks is greater than or equal to 90, if this condition is true, then we print your grade is A. Otherwise, we goes to the else if part. Then in else if part, condition is marks greater than or equal to 70 and marks less than 90. If marks is within in this range, then we have to print your grade B. If again this condition is false, then we move to the else if part, and in this one marks greater than or equal to 50 and marks less than 70. These two conditions are ended, and if this condition is true, then we print your grade C. Otherwise, we print your grade failed. So in this way, when this program is executed, we get the output. Initially enter your marks between 0 to 9, and when we enter 85 and press the enter key, your grade B is displayed. So in this way, with the help of the various example program, we try to understand how the else if ladder is used in the program. So at this point we ends our class. Till next class, bye and have a nice day.